When I read Street Roots, not only do I learn about the politics and what goes on in the city and the lives of people, but it also makes me more compassionate, more interested, more curious. Overall, I learn about humanity, and I wouldn't have that without Street Roots.
The paper is really about the neighborhood where the street roots are sold. Oftentimes the vendors know a lot about the articles that are in the papers, and so you get a preview of what's hot in the news each week. It's probably the only source of real news about what's going on in the street, and I rely on it to know what's going on in my neighborhood.
I think the street root vendors are immensely valuable. I think they're more valuable than anyone gives them credit for. The ability to be there, to smile, to say hi, to make eye contact, because people get trapped in their own little worlds, and a street root vendor gives us all an opportunity to reconnect with each other.
There was a time when I was working on a house down here, and Norman was probably the person I spoke to the third most in my life after my girlfriend and my daughter at the time, because I was so busy, but I'd come down here and get a coffee and rap with them in the morning.
I've known Norm the entire time I've worked here. I always joke around, I feel like on Belmont, like we don't have a good morning, we have a good norming. He's always the person that greets you and says hey, and yeah, just like asks you little questions. He's just like the pulse of Belmont.
I met Leo several years ago, and we've had all kinds of conversations about people who are getting off the streets, about society, about elections, and so I look forward to seeing him.
We're so lucky to have Patty as a Street Roots vendor. She really brings such a positive energy to the community, and she waters our plants. Occasionally she'll bring us like a little treat or box of donuts or something like that. She's really made a genuine connection with all of the staff here, and it's sort of hard to envision the place without her.
I think most of us in our daily lives are kind of blinded by pursuing money and status, and we can't see things clearly that way. And when I talk to people like Patty or different street root vendors, I feel like they can see more clearly than I can sometimes, and they're closer to the world that we're living in.
We often hear the normal day-to-day media outlets, TV or newspapers, but we have this other voice that is only through Street Roots. And so without it, we would be missing that important viewpoint from our community. So it's nice to be able to have choices and to be able to learn from both sides.
Street Roots provides hope for its vendors because of the possibility that they can develop strong connections with people, the possibility that their life can change. And then also they get a community of friends, and they get some support from the administration of Street Roots.
One thing I've noticed about Street Roots is the ability of the vendors to really connect with the people that they're selling to. It really helps to humanize someone. And I am so grateful for that, because I want to know people in a real way, and Street Roots does that.